afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The regular meeting of the Gary Redevelopment Commission of Wednesday, February 21st, 2024 is now called to order. Roll call.
Chairman, Commissioner Hall.
Here.
Commissioner Sam.
Present.
Commissioner Brophy.
Here.
Let it be noted that Commissioner Clemens and Commissioner Chambers are absent at this time of the meeting.
How about the school board?
And the school board representative. Thank you.
Okay. The acceptance of the agenda for February 21st, 2024.
I move to accept the agenda.
Second.
Move to second and roll call.
Chairman, Commissioner Hall.
Yes.
Commissioner Sam.
Yes.
Commissioner Hall.
Yes. Certification of record of executive session held on February 21st, 2024. I hereby certify that nothing has been discussed in the executive session held immediately before this open meeting, except those items specified and listed in the numbers.
I move to certify.
Second.
Move to second. Well, did you the certification of the executive board meeting? Anything yet? No. Yes.
Okay, so
Well, I'm ready to have a roll call.
I did, yes. I did hear what you were walking for a second.
Okay, let's have a roll call.
We should make note.
Well, first we'll make a note that Chairman yes. No, we got a second. Sorry about that.
Commissioner Hall.
Oh, shit. That one. Okay. Okay, I guess we're in the point of voting, so roll call.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Hall.
Yes.
Commissioner Sam.
Yes.
Commissioner Chambers.
Yes.
Commissioner Brophy.
Yes. All right. Public comment on agenda items only. Is there anyone who wants to make a comment again on the agenda items only? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carolyn Brady, live in the 1st District, and I guess I don't understand. I really love that the public comments come not at the end, but when they come at the beginning. How are we to comment on anything if we haven't heard what it is? I just find that a problem.
Well, that's interesting because we changed it to have public comment before. I guess we should have the agenda on because people were complaining that why have public comment at the end when they couldn't do anything about it. So, you know. Okay.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Jim Nowak. I live in the 2nd District here, and I'm happy for the opportunity to have public comment on agenda items. Item 7 and item 8 is a resolution authorizing a professional service contract for 2 attorneys related to the 2024 tax sale. Now, the Redevelopment Commission understands that the tax sale has about 11,000 or 12,000 properties on the tax sale. Most of them in Gary, Indiana. Most of these properties have been on the tax sale for decades. When I say decades, I don't mean 1 or 2. I mean perhaps 5 or 6 decades, depending on some of these properties. Now, the Redevelopment Commission also owns a lot of properties of many years. They've gotten these over the tax sale. So for the Redevelopment Commission to be hiring these attorneys to buy more properties, when not only do you have full inventory already under your belt, but we've got 12,000 of those properties on the tax sale. Now, they have had studies done by university professors and others to determine what can we do to fix the tax sale, because all these tax sale properties are churning and churning and churning. Now, my complaint has always been they're looking at the wrong problem. The problem is not what do we do with 12,000 properties that end up on the tax sale. The problem is this: why do we have 12,000 properties on the tax sale? There must be something we're doing that causes these properties to be abandoned by people, to end up on the tax sale, and churn for year after year after year. If we hired some smart person, not an attorney, a smart person, maybe someone who knows something about real estate, to figure out what can we do to keep these properties from getting on the tax sale. Wait a minute, I know what we can do, because I'm a smart person. We can fix the assessed values on these properties so that they don't end up being abandoned and on the tax sale. It's not that hard. Now, all of you are sit on the board, but you've never given 1 minute's thought to what can we do to keep these properties from ending up on the tax sale. Well, I've given you the problem, I've given you the answer, all you have to do now is do it. Talk with the assessor's office, get these properties, assessed values corrected, make sure that people in Gary can buy properties, own properties, trade, sell properties, and we won't have this churning problem, and we won't have to hire expensive attorneys to buy these properties from the people who lost their tax sale. Is that 3 minutes? Am I on time or have to go over?
You're fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, acceptance and approval of the minutes of the annual and regular meeting held January 30th, 2024.
Move to accept and approve the minutes from the annual meeting held on January 30th, 2024. Second.
Moved in second, and vote.
And this is the amended minutes. Is that right?
Was it-
I've never read it. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Sanders,
Yes.
Commissioner Chambers,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes. Request for approval of resolution number 7452, a resolution authorizing the award and the execution of a professional services contract with Inga Lewis Shannon for legal services related to 2024 tax sales. Mr. Harris.
Thank you. The staff has determined that Attorney Inga Lewis Shannon is the best contractor to provide tax sale legal services to the Gary Redevelopment Commission. Staff requests that the board authorize the executive director of the commission attorney to enter into final negotiations for the execution of a professional service contract with Inga Lewis Shannon for the contract not to exceed $266,000. Therefore, the staff recommends to approve Resolution 7452. Yeah. Sure, yeah. So here, so I want to clarify, a couple of comments made. So, yes, we have attorneys supporting the city of Gary to help us perfect title for properties that we acquired on the tax sale, tax donation list from Lake County. So I want to be very clear. In the donation list provided to all municipalities in this, in Lake County, general limited to 100 parcels. But we, understanding the complex nature of the number of churners that we have here in the city of Gary, I believe there are like 6,900 parcels in the city of Gary that were available in the tax sale. Obviously, we can't afford to acquire all those properties to ensure that we redevelop them in a way that is meaningful for our future. So this opportunity for both Resolution 7452 as well as 7453, these are attorney services that will help us perfect title within the core of Midtown. On the tax donation list, there were 460 parcels that I had selected to ensure that we had proper parcel assemblage along the Broadway corridor, along Massachusetts Street, Connecticut Street, as well as Washington and Adams. Had I not selected these parcels, they would have been prone to speculators that would have tied up these parcels from us being able to redevelop them in a meaningful way. Yeah, we do own a lot of parcels, the Gary Redevelopment Commission and the City of Gary, but the problem that we have is that our block sizes and our parcel sizes are really mismatched with what our zoning code allows. In the 1960s, we suburbanized our zoning code, requiring to have 60-foot frontage to develop a single-family home. In the past, the city of Gary wasn't developed that way. We allowed parcels to be built, or homes to be built on 25-foot wide parcels or 30-foot wide parcels. So the challenge that we have as a city is we need to acquire more parcels in order to effectively meet what our zoning code will allow us to do. So this opportunity that we have here with both attorneys that we have before the body that are prepared to vote on is going to allow us to be able to perfect titles and assemble whole blocks in the Midtown core for future development. So I'm very excited about it. When I had an opportunity to review the tax donation list and see the parcels that were at stake, I was very happy to see what we've already acquired. We have the ability to acquire whole blocks now for future redevelopment. So I think it's a very positive opportunity for the city of Gary. I understand that, to those who aren't familiar with the process of perfecting title, it looks expensive. But when it comes to being able to own the title free and clear, to offer that for future redevelopment, that opportunity is invaluable. So I just wanted to share that and clarify that with the public.
Motion to approve resolution number 7452.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, first and second, so roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Commissioner Chambers,
Yes.
Commissioner Rutherford.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Okay, request for approval of resolution number 7453. A resolution authorizing the award and execution of a professional services contract with Smith, Susick? Is that what you said? Okay. LLC for legal services related to the 2024 tax sale. Mr. Harris is back.
The commission has determined that Smith Saracen LLC is the best contractor to provide tax legal services for the Gary Redevelopment Commission. Staff requests that the board authorize the executive director and the commission attorney to enter into final negotiations for the execution of a professional service contract with Smith Saracen LLC for a contract not to exceed $276,000. Therefore, the staff recommends to approve resolution 7453.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Hall,
We didn't have a,
Can we do that? We have a motion and a second. Did we? We did not? Okay, let's see what we do. Wynn made a motion and...
I'm ready for 7452.
Oh, okay, well, go ahead.
I make a motion to approve resolution 7453.
Moved in second. Roll call.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Commissioner, Chambers,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Request for approval of resolution number 7454. A resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the Commission and the University of Notre Dame. Overview.
The Gary Redevelopment Commission is committed to developing strategies to revitalize the downtown Gary area. The University of Notre Dame is in a unique position to develop a vision and action plan for the regeneration of downtown Gary and has proposed various services to assist with this effort. The parties have developed a framework by which to collaborate towards mutually beneficial goals toward developing a plan to revitalize the downtown area outlined in the Memorandum of Understanding. Pursuant to the terms of the MOU, the University of Notre Dame will provide services toward the development of an urban regeneration plan, working under a retainer not to exceed $150,000 paid out pursuant to the terms in the MOU. Staff recommends the board authorize the executive director and commission attorney to enter into final negotiations and execute the MOU between the Gary Redevelopment Commission and the University of Notre Dame. Therefore, staff recommends to approve Resolution 7454.
I'd like to make a motion to defer Resolution 7454 to future meeting.
Second. Okay, the motion is approved for.
I'll provide, it's to provide further time to review and understand the commitment here.
Motion to defer to the next possible meeting.
Yes.
Is there a second? Okay with that? Okay, moving to second, defer until the next, commission meeting on this resolution. Roll call.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
No.
Commissioner Chambers,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee. Commissioner Lee.
No more. Pass.
We have a motion on the floor already. So we have two votes in the affirmative, one abstention and one no.
Yeah. So, sure. So I want to explain to not only the commission but also the public what Resolution 7454 is in regard to. So we have built a relationship with the University of Notre Dame. The University of Notre Dame has shifted its curriculum to a research institution. They had the opportunity to work with other communities to redevelop and come up with a strategy in revitalizing their downtown areas through charrettes. With this opportunity with the City of Gary and the University of Notre Dame, we have the ability to redevelop our downtown in a way that respects our architectural character and our identity. We know that we're on the heels of Senate Bill 434 with our blight elimination here in downtown. We have interested parties wanting to invest in our downtown and our community. We want to make sure that when we redevelop our downtown, we're doing it in a meaningful way that respects our architectural history, identity, and culture. That's what the University of Notre Dame is going to help us provide, along with an opportunity to develop housing templates for our small developer community when it comes to building single-family homes within our city that fits the neighborhood that we intend for them to design, along with developing workforce housing templates, allowing our entrepreneurial community to not have to hire an architect on their own. We have a template that will be created and drafted by the University of Notre Dame. It will be reviewed and refined with our building department so we can offer the opportunity for our small developers within our city to increase density in our core, but also have the ability to be able to have plans to be able to navigate their way that's already been approved by our building department. So this is a very transformative opportunity because we're helping establish a roadmap for developers on a large scale with respecting our identity and culture, but also helping our small business community when it comes to providing them a roadmap to develop on a smaller scale. So it's an equitable opportunity roadmap that the University of Notre Dame School of Architecture is willing to provide to us. It's a program that they have done very successfully in other communities such as Kalamazoo, LaPorte, and South Bend. They've been very open and very gracious to us and very excited to work with the city of Gary. And we just really want to move the city forward in a positive way, and that's what this opportunity here in Resolution 7454 is in regard to, that fits within the mayor's vision to be able to move forward with downtown development in a meaningful way. So, general overview of what the public say.
We're hearing that.
So, Attorney Jenkins, is there a determination here?
So it's a bit of a unique situation. I actually think the proper course of action, so we made a motion to table, and that ultimately failed because we didn't have sufficient votes. So I'm not sure if you can actually make another motion. I'm sorry, go ahead.
After hearing that,
Well, you can't.
So I'm not sure if you can actually make another motion at this meeting.
I rescind my vote.
Because I think like once we take the vote, it's actually a little too late. Like, you can amend the motion before votes are taken and things of that nature. But now, now that we're here at this point,
So,
so the deferral didn't pass. We tried to defer it to the next meeting. That didn't actually happen. What we can do now is I'm just going to make the decision that we can potentially bring it back upon consideration. Someone can make a motion at the next meeting to reconsider. Even that's kind of questionable. I actually want to take this under review, but we can probably make a decision by the time of the next meeting to decide what we want to do with this particular resolution item to bring it back. One of the commissioners can make a motion at the next meeting to bring this item back, and we can reconsider at that time.
I think the staff can put it on the next agenda if you wish, just like they did now.
Well, we have time to review that to make sure that we can do so. But if not, that is not the case, then someone will need to make a motion at the next meeting to reconsider that item.
That's where we are. Discussion, treasurer's comments.
Sure. So I want to share with the public that we are in a very unique time in the city's history when it comes to the alignment and goodwill that we have from our state legislature to support the city of Gary in our efforts in revitalizing our downtown. Been working very closely with the mayor to execute his vision, and his vision and priority is ensuring that we revive our heartbeat in our downtown core and also find other catalytic opportunities throughout our neighborhoods to bring life to those neighborhoods. And, we're very excited. We have a neighborhood stabilization program effort that's underway in the community. This is more than just demolition, but it's an opportunity to really reset the neighborhood when it comes to code enforcement, and when it comes to future development for job opportunities. It's a holistic approach. Now, if you're familiar with cleaning your home, if you've gotten to a point where your home kind of became overwhelming because you got busy and your home is a mess, right? You don't often go from room to room, right, to clean your home. You kind of concentrate in one room, so you don't lose momentum, you don't get discouraged because you're overwhelmed. And that's kind of the similar situation we find ourselves here in the city. We know that we have significant abnormal levels of blight through our city. Some neighborhoods have more blight than others, but it was very intentional in our selection with the Etna neighborhood being the significant investments we have with double tracking in the region here, in the Miller Station, along with the strong fabric of community organizations within the Etna neighborhood, that we felt that was a positive opportunity to really focus on stabilizing the neighborhood, one neighborhood at a time. So don't feel like you're forgotten, with the opportunities that we have with the parcels we receive the donation list from Lake County. I selected properties across the city that can be catalytic when it comes to restarting and regenerating excitement within the neighborhoods across the city. That's the mayor's vision, is to be able to offer that to our city. But just know that, time is of the essence for us as a city when it comes to our downtown. We have to move and not waver. I understand that, there is, hesitation from past harms that we've experienced as a city with decisions that were made. And I understand that, we want to be prudent and we want to be cautious, but trust and believe that the intention and positive effort is there, the diligence is there. We just can't trip. We can't trip, we have to run, because our window is closing when it comes to, what that picture looks like in 2024 in this political general election cycle that we're in. So again, definitely happy to revisit the Notre Dame opportunity in our next meeting following my conversation with our attorney. But just want to make sure the public understands that in general, our commission wants to do the right thing, and we just want to make sure we cross all our T's and dot all our I's. But we will be bringing this back again to make sure we don't miss this unique opportunity to really catapult our city forward. And outside of that, again, just very excited about items that are in the queue. There is interest in the city of Gary. We are working, as a new administration, understanding what those kinks are. There are several kinks in the process that we've heard from developers, and now that we have the ability to have a latitude to be in our roles and work together across departments, we're trying to break down those barriers so that we can welcome the development that we want. I understand that we do own a lot of property in the city. It's my goal, my intention to be transparent in the process. That's why I moved the public comment beforehand, because I wanted the public to know that if you have the notes, you can speak and have the opportunity to discuss with our board, right? So the transparency, the intention for transparency, is there with that agenda change. But outside of that, I hope the public is as well, and if there's any need for understanding what properties we own, that's something I was going to mention too. I get asked all the time, hey, I want to buy a property, I want to buy a parcel. What can I do? So I'm working to advertise the parcel list and map on our website so it is accessible, so the public can know what is available, and that they can come to us meaningfully with a plan, and then we can talk about the disposal process. It does mean no good to sit on property, thousands of properties. I need to generate revenue, and so does the city. So just know that the intent is to be able to scale up our efforts and opening that door.
Now, Commissioners, Commissioner Hall. And Commissioner Chambers. And financial. What's this all about? Commissioner Sims.
It's time.
And I'll yield my comments, Mr. Evans.
All right, thank you. One item too I want to share with the public. So on February 28th at 4:30 p.m., we will be opening proposals for the U.S. Steel Yard suite level renovation scope. From what I understand, we have 5 contractors that are actively bidding on that scope of work. We've broken down the bid forms in such a way that it will be a la carte, so we can understand what's the total dollar value, and then we can make decisions on whether we have the ability to be able to handle the appetite of the entire scope. I'm pretty confident we can, but we still broke out the scope in a meaningful way that we need to make those decisions we can. So that'll be again here on the 28th at 4:30. We'll have a live bid opening with our architect, Derek Architects. And very excited, this is the first time that we've been able to refresh the Steel Yard since it's been open. But it's very worn and needed, and it's our obligation as a body to maintain the space, but we're also doing it in a meaningful way that we can have events and activities. We can have concerts because we're going to be able to remove a pedestrian bridge to improve the quality of life in our city, to have more meaningful events and activities to generate revenue for the city. So know that it's the scope is thoughtfully and intentionally drafted in a way that it's going to be beneficial for our city and bringing people in our downtown and generating revenue for the city and fulfilling our contractual obligation of maintaining the U.S. Steel Yard as well. So,
Thank you. The school board representative is here, and I still don't know who the school board representative is.
it's not this.
And we still don't know. Okay. We've kind of set up the agenda for the next meeting, that's that. And, this is one of my favorites. Number 14, adjournment.
Second.
And we got a motion in the second. And roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so this, February 21st meeting is now adjourned.